What's up, y'all boy? We're back with another video. Y'all boy know what's going on. Today is just chilling. Feel me? Doing a little vlog type shit. We ain't did one of these in a minute, so we're gonna get back to doing one of these. Feel me? Just talking, just yapping, seeing what's up with y'all boy. Usually gonna talk about some Bible verses and stuff like that, like I usually do. Yeah, we're gonna get into the video, twin. If anybody ain't being motivated, twin, that's what we're gonna talk about today, motivation. Really, cause motivation is something that I find hard to get myself, cause I got Solomon syndrome. You feel me? I can tell you how to fix it, but I need to apply it to myself. There's a lot of people probably know. But yeah, though, y'all boy been, y'all boy been struggling with motivation and shit. All I would say is to read your Bible, twin. Like, for real. The Bible, that's where I get my motivation from. I can't go no, I can't. I got brought on by my side. Stick this bit down. Y'all boy know I don't know how to roll still. It's cool, but yeah, twin. Lack of motivation. If you got lack of motivation, you got to read the Bible, bruh. It's like thousands and thousands and thousands of Bible verses in there where to give you motivation. Like Solomon, King Saul was the richest man on earth. He was like back then Elon Musk, for real. Like, his wealth is equivalent to Elon Musk today. But he wasn't no Elon Musk nerd ass dude. He was a king, and he had everything he wanted. And every woman he wanted, like multiple women, every sword he wanted, he got. Every chain that was iced out, he got. All the things that you could have that would deem you a rich man, that we would deem in this world like gold chains, gold watches, cars. He had that, but it just didn't have the modern time that, you feel me? So instead of a car, he had the nicest chariot. Instead of the nicest shoes, he got the nicest sandals. Instead of the nicest kitchen, well, he probably had the nicest kitchen, but he had like the best food back then. You feel me? He had the best of everything. But Saul was kind of evil at first. Saul didn't want to. Saul thought he was his own God. So with that being said, Saul thinking that he his own God, he don't listen to God. I need to double wrap this. Hold on, this making me bad. Back with the video anyway, because we got this little thing wrapped up, and I went to go get my Bible. Because I need something to talk about. So we're going to go to 2 Samuel 7:9. Be quiet. Y'all not going to start doing this. Lay down. Anyways. And now, O Lord, thou art that Lord, and thy words be true. And thou hast promised this goodness unto thy servant. Therefore now let it please thee to bless the house for thy servant, that it may continue forever before thee. For thou, O Lord, hast spoken it, and with thy blessing let the house of the servant. Give me 1 second. D-Dog trying to interrupt the prayer, because they wasn't even barking until I got the prayer. Therefore now let it please thee to bless the house of thy servant, that it may continue forever before thee. For thou, O Lord God, hast spoken it, and with thy blessing let the house of thy servant be blessed forever. So in this part of the Bible, we talking about how we can receive blessings from God. This is talking about the house being blessed, so the kingdom, whoever whoever he's promising these things to, or wherever this person is in context, because context is very important when you're reading about history. He's promised them that his blessing shall be over them forever, if you trust in the Lord, and if you believe what the Lord say is true. That's why he also says something about the words and what the Lord speak. It be true. He's a true God. And after this, it came to pass that David smote the Philistines and subdued them. And David took Metheg-ammah out of the hand of the Philistines, and smote Moab, and measured them with a line, casting them down to the ground. Even with 2 lines measured he put to death, and with 1 full line to keep alive. And so the Moabites became David's servants, and brought gifts. David smote also Hadazer, the son of Rehob, king of Zobah, as he went to recover his border at the river Euphrates. And David took from him 1,000 chariots and 700 horsemen, and all the chariot horses, but reserved of them for 100 chariots. And when the Syrians of Damascus came to succor Hadazer, king of Zobah, David slew of the Syrians 22,000 men. Then David put garrisons in Syria of Damascus, and the Syrians became servants to David and brought gifts. And the Lord preserved David with whithersoever he went. So y'all just hear that. In this time, David was a king. David started off as a shepherd boy, mind you. He had slow Goliath. We talking about the same. Hold up, something biting my leg. Something biting my leg, but that's beside the point. David had become the least to the greatest, and at this time he was now slaying all his enemies, all the people that opposed God, because his God was one true God, one true loving God. So these were his enemies that was oppressing his people. So he went and destroyed these people, because these people were hurting and killing innocent people. You feel me? So he ain't just gonna. That's another thing that I was about to say from this. You don't just see something being did wrong and you just stand around. If you do, you just as bad as that person that's doing wrong. We don't like bystanders. So David, he ain't just gonna let his people get killed. Another thing, it just said that God preserved David wherever he went. It doesn't matter where he was at, who he battled. It don't matter how much David trained, it's how much he believed. With that being said, David was basically unbeatable. David believed in God so much that he was unbeatable to him for a long time. It was actually lust that destroyed David. David had everything down but lust. And lust is what got him. And that go to show you, it's a lot of men in the Bible that was great men, strong men, but lust was the one thing that beat them. That's why God say that you can't beat lust, you got to run away from it. Men alone cannot beat lust. You have to have God, you have to run away from it. And running away from it is changing your heart and not lusting. You feel me? So that's a very important thing. So we all know, that if anyone knows the story of David, David was a humble king. God loved him. Later on, David is actually related to Jesus, worldly. Like worldly, David ain't no type of, he's special, but he ain't no son of God, but he related to the son of God. That's why David was promised that his generation will be of kings. God made a promise to him for a gift. He said, your generation will be of kings. Let me go, David. And David took the shields of gold that were on the servants of Hadazer and brought them to Jerusalem. And from Bethel and from Berothai, cities of Hadazer, King David took exceeding much brass. When Tou, king of Hamath, heard that David had smitten all the host of Hadazer, then Tou sent Joram his son unto King David to salute him, and had blessed him, because he had fought against Hadazer and smited him. For Hadazer had wars with Tou, and vessels of gold and vessels of brass, which is very valuable things at that time. That's why they tell you got gold and brass. Where was I at? Because now we talking about, okay, Zorwith brought him vessels of silver and vessels of gold and vessels of brass, which also King David decided unto the Lord with the silver and the gold that he had dedicated of all nations which he subdued, of Syria and Moab, and of the children of Ammon and the Philistines and the Amagite, and the spoil of Hadazer, son of Rehob, king of Zobah. And David got him a name when he returned from smiting of the Syrians in the valley of Salt, being 18,000 men. And he put garrisons in Edom. Through all Edom put he garrisons, and all they of Edom became David's servants. And the Lord preserved David whithersoever he went. And David reigned over all Israel. And David executed judgment and justice unto all his people. And Joab, the son of Zeruiah, was over the host. And Jehoshaphat, the son of Ahilud was recorder. And Zadok, the son of Ahitub, and Ahim-Elech, the son of Abad-Athar, were the priest, and Sariah, the son of Sariah was the scribe. These, mind you, in the Bible twin, I'll be breaking down names slowly, so y'all boy got to stick with me, because names is real important to remember. So, let's get into it. So basically, Sariah was a scribe, and Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, was over both the Cherites and the Pelethites, and David's sons were chief rulers. So his whole, see, when God make a promise, he keeping it up, because before this, Lord forgive me, I ain't want to get no ashes on the Bible, it didn't stain it. Y'all know the holy word, but the holy word don't die. He keeping his promise basically when he told him that David's whole generation was going to be kings. Even his sons are chiefs. Like, his sons are starting off and they chiefs. Which is high rank. And y'all might be like, oh, of course his son is a chief. That's his son. Nah, folks, you still got to get ranked. He will be an unhonorable king if he just got the wealth and started making everybody in his family chiefs. Them boys earned that rank. But his son were chief rulers. And David said, is there yet any that is left of the house of Saul? Now, if y'all don't know who Saul is, I was just telling y'all about Saul, King Saul. Him and David had a beef, right? Because Saul was a rich nigga. Like, if we put it in the street terms, twin, Saul is the rich nigga on the block. David is the new nigga that just moved on the block and is taking all your trap down. He's selling he's selling to your customers. He getting money. He just moved there. He got more money than you in less time. Saul peeped that. He like, oh no, we can't mess with him. So boom, Saul automatically start hating. Now this Saul mess up because it don't matter who's stronger when it comes to God. Whoever more truly with God is the one that's gonna win every time. Cause God will literally take your strength and lessen it for that day, and you'll be overdue because you was prideful that day. You feel me? Or you can be humble and you can never lose because you don't try to go for fights. David was not looking for no beef, but then Saul started looking for beef, so now he's slaying the whole nations of Saul. Because Saul, mind you, kills God's people. Like, over and over and over and over and over, just kills God's people. He said he believe in God, but he killed God's people. He know God real, but he killing God's people because he want to be the king. So David said he ain't going for that. That's why David, y'all keep hearing David overthrowing cities. These is all the nations of Saul. Saul had a big kingdom. Like, Saul was running everything. And then David come along and took that dude's kingdom and doubled it, tripled it, 5 times it. But that's God. Saul had the whole Middle East, twin. He was king of all that, twin. all that, David came over like, nah, I got that. Is there any left of the house? Is there any left of the house of Saul that I may shew him? Shew him kindness for Jonathan's sake. And there was of the house of Saul a servant whose name was Ziba. And when they had called him unto David, and the king said unto him, Art thou Ziba? And he said, Thy servant is he. And the king said, Is there not yet any of the house of Saul, that I may shew the kindness of God unto him? And Ziba said unto the king, Jonathan hath yet a son, which is lame on his feet. And the king said unto him, Where is he? And Ziba said unto the king, Behold, he is in the house of Machir, and the son of Amiel in Lodabar. Then King David sent and fetched him out of the house of Machir, the son of Amamiel from Lodabar. And now, when Mephibosheth, the son of Jonathan, the son of Saul, was come unto David, he fell on his face and did reverence. And David said, Mephibosheth, and he answered, Behold thy servant. And David said unto him, Fear not, for I will surely shew thee kindness for Jonathan thy father's sake, and restore thee all the land of Saul thy father, and thou shalt eat bread at my table continually. And he bowed himself and said, What is thy servant that thou shouldest look up upon such a dead dog as I am? When the king called to Ziba, Saul's servant, and said unto him, I have given unto thy master's son all that pertained to Saul, to all his house. Thou therefore and thy sons and thy servants shall till the land for him, and thou shalt bring in the fruits that thy master's son shall eat bread alway at my table. Now Ziba had 15 sons and 20 servants. Then said Ziba unto the king, According to all that my lord, for the king hath commanded him his servant, so shall thy servant do. As for Mephibosheth, said the king, he shall eat at my table as one of the king's sons. And Mephibosheth had a young son whose name was Micah, and all that dwelt in the house of Ziba were servants unto Mephibosheth. So Mephibosheth dwelt in Jerusalem, for he did eat continually at the king's table, and was lame on both his feet. So he couldn't walk. He can't walk, he can't move. And it came to pass after this, that the king of the children, Amon, died, and Hanun his son reigned in his stead. Hanun in his stead. Then said David, I will shew kindness unto Hanun the son of Nashish, as his father shewed kindness unto me. And David sent to comfort him by the hand of his servants, for his father and David's servants came into the land of the children of Ammon. And the princes of the children of Ammon said unto Hanun their lord, Thinkest thou that David doeth honor thy father, that he hath sent comforters unto thee? Hath not David rather sent his servants unto thee to search the city, and to spy it out, and to overthrow it? With a question mark. Wherefore Hanun took David's servants and shaved off the one half of their beards, and cut off their garments in the middle, even to their buttocks, and sent them away. When they told it unto David, he sent to meet them, because the men were greatly ashamed. And the king said, Tarry at Jericho. So basically, someone just embarrassed these servants. A man just embarrassed these servants. So these men, they had clothes on and garments. I guess these people were somehow either unaware that they were getting their beard cut, or like they held them down. So someone did evil and embarrassed them, like just did a little prank basically back then, which would be a prank. Cut their beard off, and then basically back then pants them, like how they pants people, they pants them. So cut them down to where they ain't had no garments on. They ran to go tell David because they was ashamed. It said, and the king said, tarry at Jericho until your beards be grown, and then return. And when the children of Ammon saw that they stank before David, the children of Ammon sent and hired Syrians of Beth-rog, and the Syrians of Zobah 20,000 footmen, and the king Maacah 1,000 men, and of Ishtoel 12,000 men. And when David heard of it, he sent Joab and all the host of mighty men. And the children of Ammon came out and put the battle in array at the entering in of the gate. And the Syrians of Zobah and of Rehob, and Ishtoel and Maacah were by themselves in the field. And when Joab saw that the front of the battle was against him before and behind, he chose of all the choice men of Israel and put them in array against the Syrians. And the rest of the people he delivered into the hand of Ebashah his brother, that he might put them in array against the children of Ammon. And he said, if the Syrians be too strong for me, then thou shalt help me. But if the children of Ammon be too strong for thee, then I will come and help thee. Be of good courage, and let us play the men for our people and for the cities of our God. And the Lord do that which seemeth him good. And Joab drew nigh, and the people that were with him unto the battle against the Syrians, and they fled before him. And when the children of Ammon saw that the Syrians were fled, then fled they also before Ebashah and entered the city. So Joab returned from the children of Ammon and came to Jerusalem. And when the Syrians saw that they were smitten before Israel, they gathered themselves together. And Hadazar sent and brought out the Syrians that were beyond the river, and they came to Helam, and Shobach, the captain of the host of Hadazar, went before them. And when it was told David, he gathered all Israel together and passed over Jordan and came to Helam. And the Syrians set themselves in the array against David and fought with him. And the Syrians fled before Israel. And David slew the men of 700 chariots of the Syrians and 40,000 horsemen, and smote Shobach, the captain of their host, who died there. Boy, that boy David heard about something. He said, bet, load something up. Went, loaded something up, twin, and slayed 40,000 men on horses, and chariots 700, and then dropped the leader right then and there. That's a real general. You see, today we got people that be trying to lead battles and stuff, and they don't even want to go into battle themselves. That's not no leader, but that's a coward. That's what God even saying right here. We got leaders that they want to go cause war here and there, but they ain't even gonna load up that sword themselves and go ride out and go get that other leader because they scary. They don't got God with them. David was like 5 something, bro. He wasn't a tall man. It was some type of study that they did where I know that information. I ain't just saying that. He was like average height. So let's say he average height, right? He wasn't no tall man. But he going out there slaying 40,000 men. He get his own sword. He don't just say we finna go here and do this and do that. Bro, it say he got told that. Imagine that. David chilling. He ain't got no plans to do no war today. He talking to God, probably chilling, just doing king stuff. Feel me, on his throne, probably looking out his kingdom. One of his servants hit him like, yeah, you know them boys over there starting the war and everything. Who? Let's say who it say. The Syrians of Zobah. Wait, no, that wasn't it. Who it was that they were fighting? Hanun. It was Hanun. So Hanun and his servants. Bro tried to start a war he gets slave where he stay. Like, he ain't even get to run type junk. Like, David is not just standing back when he get to war neither. He hawking stuff down. Like, Twin taking his sword. Sheen. He on the horse doing backflips, Twin. Sheen, I'm telling you, no one can touch him because God just with him. Like, they getting so close to swinging the sword, but God just like, nah, y'all ain't gonna hit him today. Boom, it just barely missed. He moved this way, barely missed. Moved that way, barely missed. It's like, dang, bro, you the Matrix before the Matrix, Twin. You just slayed 40,000 men, Twin. 40,000 men. And it wasn't by himself. Of course, he had his army with him. But, like, his army not losing neither. Like, I don't think his army getting messed with neither. And the moon saw today. There down to cheering be too strong and down so this might Israel they gathered themselves together. And when the Syrians saw that they were smiting before Israel, they gathered themselves together. So David making them gather themselves together. And Hadazar sent and brought out the Syrians that they were beyond the river, and they came to Halam, and Shobak, the captain of the host of Hadazar, went before them. And when it was told that, okay, this is the part where he slain them. David slew the 7 men. Yeah, we were. I was correct. 40,000 horsemen, and smote Shobak, the captain of their host. So he smote the captain who died there with a period. God made that clear. And when all the kings that were servants of Hadazar saw that they were smiting before Israel, they made peace with Israel and served them. So the Syrians feared to help the children of Ammon anymore. And it came to pass after the year was expired at the time when the kings go forth to go to battle, that David sent Joab and his servants with him, and all Israel, and they destroyed the children of Ammon and besieged Rabbah. But David tarried still at Jerusalem, and it came to pass in a evening tide that David arose from off bed and walked upon the roof of the king's house. And from the roof he saw a woman washing herself, and the woman was very beautiful to look upon. And David sent and inquired after the woman, and one said, Is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite? Now that's where David lusted. This, which I just read that one time that he just did that, is about to be the reason he's about to fall. He lusted. As you can see, David knew that this woman was a wife. She was already married, but he said she was still beautiful to look upon. He seen her washing, so basically in the shower, because back then they would have like baths on the rooftops. No one else could see it, but since David's kingdom is a kingdom and he can build whatever he wants, his kingdom is so high up that when he looks out, his basically what y'all are calling out a balcony, he can see everything. He can see his whole kingdom. So he seen a woman washing that he knew was a man's wife, basically, and still lusted, and he sent after her, as you see in the Bible. This is about to be one of the main things that. And look, David was solid. Everything else, boy, he loved God. Like, he loved God. But it's one thing about to make his whole kingdom fall. Y'all about to see. And she came in unto him, and he lay with her. So then he went and slept with her, but knowing that this is someone's wife. And she was purified from her uncleanness, and she returned unto her house. And the woman conceived and sent and told David, and said, I am with child. And David sent to Joab, saying, Send me Uriah the Hittite. And Joab sent Uriah to David. And when Uriah was come unto him, David demanded of him how Joab did, and how the people did, and how the war prospered. And David said to Uriah, Go down to thy house and wash thy feet. And Uriah departed out of the king's house, and there followed him a mess of meat from the king. But Uriah slept at the door of the king's house with all thy servants of his lord, and went not down to his house. And when they had told David, saying, Uriah went not down unto his house, David said unto Uriah, Camest thou not from thy journey? Why then did thou not go down unto thine house? And Uriah said unto David, The ark of Israel and Judah abide in tents, and my lord in tents, and my lord Joab, what?